think Cameron was Steve Urkel.
Who's Steve Urkel? Steve Urkel.
You don't know who?
Should I know?
Did I do that?
SpongeBob?
Okay. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. And we ran back and she goes, I just stole.
Oh my.
She said, I had no idea this was under my arm.
You know, I used to get made fun of my so-called chicken legs and stuff like that, but like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
There's some strong chicken legs. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried
fact.
about it. Like, welcome back to Where's My Coffee podcast. I am Perris.
I'm Georgia.
And this is episode 12. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, October 31st.
Yes, October 31st.
For a second there, I was like 30th, 31st.
No, the 31st. The only month. Oh, gosh, here she goes. Can you believe it?
Shut up. What were you going to say, though? The only month what?
They have 31 days.
No, that's not true. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31.
February is the only month with 28 days.
Unless it's a leap year.
Yeah, anyway.
That's embarrassing.
No, it's not. Hey.
No, I was going to say, can you believe that? Wait, like October's done. We have 2 more months left of 2024 and then we're entering into 2025. I feel like this is the time of the year that you also like start to like game plan what your goals are for 2025, maybe things you want to do come the new year.
Yeah, I told you we need to make a vision board.
Yes.
For 2025.
I didn't make one this year.
We haven't made one since 2021, I think, yeah. And a lot of things from my...
I was about to say, we looked at our vision board from 2021. Mine was very vague, that I realized. Mine wasn't very, like, direct goals. It was just kind of like a vibe. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like you had, like, very specific things.
Yeah,
like, he had, like, specific. Batman on there and, like, things like that. And then you look back and it's like, oh, my God, he's actually been in the universe and things like that. Yeah. But, no, we should definitely do a 2025 vision board.
I mean, I was saying, like, the power of manifestation, it's real because of the things that I've seen that I put on my vision board came to fruition or it rhymed. Like, you know what I mean?
Like it... Yes,
it may not have been the exact thing, but it was similar.
Yeah,
you know?
No, for sure. They do say the law of attraction. Is that the same thing? No. Manifestation.
Yeah,
surrounding yourself with similar people.
Yeah, it's all attracting that energy.
Yeah,
you know.
So law of attraction. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. Cool. Episode 12. I'm excited. Yeah. Last episode we spoke about how we need to find children to go trick or treating. We have yet to find children to go trick or treating. So TBD on if we are doing that tonight.
Oh my goodness!
By the looks of it,
finding
it might
parents.
Be. I know. I'm joking. By the way,
with their children.
I hope people know I'm actually really joking.
Yeah, no, she's joking.
But either way, we probably might just be camping at home. Maybe we'll go out for a drink or something later.
That would be dope if we just went out to a pub,
get some
just grabbed,
festive drinks,
sat outside during,
because of the weather. It's been really pretty lately.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I just seen out of our window, I seen a couple of kids run by. So I'm pretty sure in our community they're going to be going.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if they come by? Should we have some snacks just in case?
Yeah, but wait, isn't our
complex,
our clubhouse doing not clubhouse, but
on the 30th, I think.
On the 30th. Oh, okay, they're doing something on the 30th.
I think I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'd have to look.
Cause shoot, if they're doing something over there, we can crash it. You know what I mean?
I'm always weird about like joining those sort of things, and I know it's good. Like.
Yeah, it's good.
Know your neighbors, but at the same time, I'm like,
there's so many of us in this community too. You know,
I feel like there's a good group of people that like know each other though, because they go to those sort of things.
Yeah,
I'm like, should I be taking advantage of that? I
don't
know.
I mean, you got a couple of friends that live here anyway.
One.
I'm sure she's gonna probably be doing something.
Like going out and doing something.
Yeah,
maybe, probably.
So you should ask and we can tag along
or
something.
I know we've been meaning to do something.
What was our question on the go last episode?
Question on the go last episode was, what was your first Halloween? Oh my gosh, that was so American. First Halloween costume.
The first Halloween costume.
So we posted it. Obviously, we said it in the last episode. We posted it on our socials to get some responses, and we've got some good ones. I'll say a couple. You can say a couple.
Well, say yours first. Say what was your...
That's the thing. I don't know what my first one was.
You don't?
Like, when I think about Halloween and when I dressed up for Halloween, it was a high school party. So which makes me think I just dressed up as a vampire. That's literally it. That like I can't, you know what I mean, or a devil or an angel. Like I don't think I.
Was this in college?
No, high school.
High school, you said. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. My mother again. She's always commenting when I'm wrong and getting things incorrect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I dressed up as a. Unless, because I lived here in 1996. Unless we went trick-or-treating when I was like 6 months, a year old, and they dressed me up as something and I just don't know, or I've just never seen a photo.
Yeah.
But I actually don't know. Yeah. What was yours?
Mine was Batman.
Classic.
Batman, and the thing that keeps running and replaying in my head. So I went trick-or-treating with my cousins, and we went to our, like, what people will call a bodega in New York. Like the
corner shop
or corner store or something like that, called Grand Sasso, and that was closed down a couple years ago. Really sad because that was a Kennett Square staple. But we went down the street, and of course they had candy and stuff like that for us. And
cute.
Went inside, got candy, and then we all ran back outside to continue our route. But my cape got stuck in the door. No, it wasn't. My head got stuck in the door.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know why I said cape.
That's even worse. How does that even
I
happen?
was trying to come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the door
Everyone was
shut on
running,
your
and
head.
it shut on my head. Yep, shut on my head.
Wait, what type of door was it?
Oh, it was like one
a
of those.
slidey one or a door, like a open?
Open, yeah.
Who
but it
shut
was
it on you?
I don't know who it was.
Oh, you were just running. You didn't realize it was closing.
I didn't know it was
God,
closing. It shut on my head. It
so
was crazy. And one of my Batman ears like flapped down.
Did you go home?
No, I was good. That's probably But in the picture, I realized that one of my.
That's so cute.
But yeah, it was Batman.
I love it.
I think Cameron was Steve Urkel.
Who's Steve Urkel? Steve Urkel.
You don't know who?
Should I know?
Did I do that?
SpongeBob?
Okay. Anyway, you probably wouldn't know because Steve Urkel. That's an American.
What is it?
It's a sitcom, a black sitcom. Okay. All right. I thought you would have known. I thought Steve Urkel was like worldwide.
Is it called Steve Urkel? The show?
No, it's called Family Matters.
Yeah, no idea what that is.
Wow. Okay, I did not know.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. What's the list? What were people's responses and things?
So yeah, the list that we got from our socials is crayon, a sweet pea. Can you remind me what a sweet pea is?
A sweet pea.
Is that one with the like green bean with like the 3 pods?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's
like just a bean, right?
Yeah, I thought it was just a
sweet pea. Anyway,
yeah,
a green thing. We had a red Power Ranger. I had a pink Power Ranger suit. Well, no, I didn't. My older sister did. A pink Power Ranger suit.
Pink Ranger, okay.
Yeah. A mummy with the typical toilet paper. We had trash bag. So it's just a trash bag.
Yeah, someone said that they were a trash bag for a couple of years straight.
Oh my gosh, bless. A witch, obviously, and then a baby bumblebee. Yeah. That's kind of cute.
I want to go back to the mummy covered in toilet paper.
I know.
Do you know what Mischief Night is?
Like seniors night? No, I don't.
Okay. So
I'm feeling very Australian right now.
Mischief Night is the day before Halloween.
Okay.
So you get into mischief. And usually you are throwing toilet paper on people's trees, like front yards, or you're covering their cars in like so toilet paper and things like that. So I don't know if they still do it, but
doubt
that was
people get so annoyed by that.
Yeah, that was a mischief thing. Night. So that made me think of that because of the toilet paper and
stuff. In my mind, when you're dressing up as a mummy, it's like good in theory to put toilet paper. Mummy. I'm saying mummy.
M-U-M-M-Y.
I'm saying mummy.
Mummy. Okay.
Wait, what?
You dressing up as a mommy? It's like I thought that's what you were saying.
No, the idea of using toilet paper is good in theory, but that breaks so easily.
Yeah, you can use like ace bandages or something like that.
That's what you would think you would use, right? Yeah. But they specifically said toilet paper. It's like your costume's gone by the end of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Someone used it to blow their nose or something.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm curious what everyone's dressed up as. I can't wait to see everyone's photos and what people do. Oh, speaking of costumes.
Oh, I got something to tell you too, but go ahead.
Speaking of costumes, celebrities taking costumes for Halloween so intensely. Like they like go so hard when it comes to costumes. Like Kylie Jenner, Hailey Bieber, all of them. They are so...
Chris Brown goes really hard too.
I respect it so much because it's just like they're spending so much money on these costumes and they look so good.
Nah, Chris Brown...
It's always fun to look at them.
He was Deadpool a couple years ago, and his Deadpool suit was fire.
There's been some really good ones. And I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing most of the night on Halloween, seeing what the celebrities have dressed up as.
You know how you were like, oh, let's be the Flintstones for Halloween?
Yes.
There's an interracial couple. You know Black Tarzan?
Yes.
And I apologize. His partner is not. She's Latina. So never mind then. But they were Flintstones. They were the Flintstones.
So now you think we could be Flintstones?
But it was just so...
He had a go at me.
Ironic. I was just like...
I said we should be the Flintstones, and he had to go... Not go at me, but
I didn't think
he challenged me, saying that, well, the Flintstones are why I would never be a Flintstone. I'm like...
Yeah, it was
I
just
feel
my...
like you can still...
I maybe it's because I never liked the Flintstones.
I mean, I've never watched it. I just knew of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they did it.
That's
and
funny.
I was like, oh, interesting. Okay.
His page is crazy what he does.
Yeah. Do you follow him?
No.
Good.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. No, he's shout out to Tarzan. He's dope.
Too funny.
Let's
get into this episode's question on the go.
Yeah, this episode's question on the go is, what is your comfort meal of choice? Your comfort meal of choice.
Getting into that season, comfort meals.
Yeah, comfort, cozy, all that
Love
stuff.
to hear it. Look out for the question on the go. Yeah. We'll be posting on our socials, so you can comment down below.
Speaking of meals, I might as well just throw this story in here because so Courtney.
Okay. Give me a little background of who Courtney is.
Courtney is she's my coworker, one of my favorite coworkers. And she makes the meanest chocolate bourbon pecan pie.
Mm-hmm. Every Thanksgiving.
Bourbon.
Did you hear my accent just then? Every Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're American.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So we were at work, and she is a barista as well. So she was doing coffee service at a storefront, a new storefront in Buckhead. And as we're loading out, she sees a rosemary bush. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is rosemary. And as we were talking, I was smelling the rosemary anyway. I was like, oh, this is...
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I might take a couple of
twigs
from the bush. And I said, you can't do that.
I mean...
And she was like, what do you mean? I said, well, that's stealing. That's property. Like, this is their property. You can't just take a couple swigs of their rosemary bush, like, you know what I mean? And I said, this property is permitted. Like, you would be essentially stealing.
I think it's okay.
And that's the exact tone she had. And I was like, I don't know, Courtney.
Okay, so this is how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
If it was a bush,
random, by the way.
I know this is a little random. If it was a bush with flowers and you start picking the flowers,
yeah, that
to me is a little like, oh, I don't think you should do that, because once the flowers are gone, it's going to take a second for them to grow back. With a rosemary bush, the whole bush is rosemary. So if you take a couple little clippings, you can make rosemary out of those clippings, and that's why people like to take it. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So the bush itself, you're not going to notice that it's gone.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about like a whole chunk and she's taking that, then maybe. But like just a little couple clippings, doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, I really felt like
I don't think that's as crazy as you.
Yeah, I was just like, when she said it, I was like, I don't think that's allowed. Like, yeah, that's.
Have you ever stolen before?
Oh, great question. The last time I stole I was in 4th grade.
What did you steal?
It was accident.
Statute of limitation. It's okay.
Yeah. So, the teachers would give gifts to the students if they did good for a week, or if they got a good score on homework or something like that. And me and this kid's desks were attached. Mm-hmm. So, and it was an honest mistake. I came in and I sat at his desk. It was like in the morning, Just got there,
Yeah.
sat at his desk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a gift inside my desk. I unwrapped it, opened it. There was candy in it. I ate the candy. And then I realized,
You're in the wrong desk.
oh, this isn't my desk.
Oh, no.
So the teachers came, when he got to the class, the teachers came over and was like, oh my God, who did this?
Had you already moved at that point?
Yeah, I had already moved. And I was looking at the situation and I was telling myself, don't say anything.
You didn't say anything.
No, I looked guilty. I couldn't hide it. So I think they understood, and they had me remake the gift. They helped me remake the gift and present it to them. You know what I mean? So that was the only time that I can remember stealing.
I don't think I've ever stolen. I think I've been my mom nearly stole. So you're
snitching on mom?
No, it didn't actually happen. It was a close call. So we're shopping, like clothes shopping, and she had, I don't know what she had, but she had something underneath her arm, and I think she thought it was part of her handbag when we walked out, and we never bought anything, so we never actually went to the cash register to check out. And then we're walking through the mall, and then obviously she goes to look at her bag, and she sees this item that we didn't pay for, and she goes, oh my goodness, and we ran back, and she goes, I just stole.
Oh my
She said, I had no idea this was under my arm, but here you go.
I just stole. That is hilarious.
I don't know the exact words, but it was something like that. And I just remember it so clearly because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. And you know my mom, she's trying to make the scene, but be funny. She's like, don't arrest me.
I can hear her saying that. That is funny. That is funny.
But me personally, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's petty theft. Like when you find a lead pencils.
Oh my
used
God.
to be a thing.
I didn't know we'll go on that.
Like what I'm saying is like petty theft, as far as petty theft from like primary school or middle school. Like
I'm talking about like you're at a store and you like steal.
I never shoplifted. No.
Okay.
No, never shoplifted.
Okay, I guess that's a different term.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, well. Since it's Halloween.
Yes.
If you were a character in a horror film, which would you be? The first to die? Okay. The last one standing?
Yes.
Or the killer itself?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like you think I would be the first to die. Only because you were saying that I would be the first one voted out of Love Island. So I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand, like same energy, same vibe.
I actually don't think you would be the first to die. I think
I would be the killer in a horror movie.
Nah, in my opinion, I think you would be the last one standing.
Oh, that's kind of a compliment, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that you are. I don't think you are capable of being the killer.
Well, no, I'm more saying that like I would be the least expected to be the killer, so I'd get away with it.
That wasn't the question though.
I know, but that would be my.
So that's why you would be the killer, because you would be least suspected to be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about you?
I know what you're thinking, audience, and no, that's not the answer.
What's the?
I would not be the first one to die because I'm black.
Isn't it always like the blonde that?
It's the blonde and the black guy that dies first.
Why do they do that in movies?
That's a deeper, darker.
Okay.
Yikes. I think that I would be. I'm teetering. I think I'd be a killer.
You think you'd be the killer?
Yep.
I don't think you'd be a very good killer. No
Explain.
offense.
Why not?
I think you would be. People would be able to spot you a mile away.
Doing what?
Being suspicious. So by the time you're actually ready to make the kill, they've already run away and called the police.
I think you underestimate me. I think that because even
I know I just always look at you as a good guy. That's why.
Huh?
I look at you as the good guy, not the bad guy.
I'm the good guy with a character arc, with a dark twist.
You know what it is? You would be the person that people think is going to be the first to die, but your character arc is that you're stronger than most and you end up being the last one.
I think deep down inside you would think I think you think I am the first.
There's a lot of you thinking that thinks.
No, seriously. I really think you would.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you'd be the last one standing, but I don't think you'd be the first to die.
So but I would be dead.
Probably.
Interesting.
Maybe.
You got some beef with me today?
Only because, like, okay, answer me this.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a noise,
Mm-hmm.
are you opening the door to see what's behind it?
No.
You're just going to let it be?
Yeah. Huh. You look through the peephole, first of all.
There ain't no peephole. What do you do?
Well, you don't open the door.
What happens if nothing suspicious is happening yet?
If nothing suspicious is happening.
Like, there's no reason for you not to open the door. Like, okay. You're
trying to get me. I know what you're doing.
Let me set the scene.
I know what you're doing. Let
me set the scene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't know it's a horror movie, okay? Like, you're living and breathing a horror movie, but you don't know it's the horror movie yet, okay?
Why are we living in a house with no peephole on the door?
Because it's just like a regular door into a bedroom, or like it's a door into the basement or something. But you're just home. If we owned a home
mm-hmm.
and there was a basement
mm-hmm.
and you heard something fall in the basement,
mm-hmm.
are you going to go check on it?
I'm a man, so I'm going to go check in my house.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. You would die.
Anybody would.
No,
especially if you don't know it's a horror film. Georgia,
I know.
Your question, you're butchering it. You just asked me a general question about if I heard something in the house.
I'm trying
to
be
we
sneaky.
Are in a horror film, and the context of the horror film is that we are running away or trying to avoid a suspect or a killer, then yes, I will not be opening the door. If we're hiding and I hear something behind the door, I'm not opening the door.
Okay, that's fair.
No.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah. And for that, I think I would be a very good killer. Because I'm charismatic. I'm a nice guy.
Wow. The voice change.
I'm the guy next door. You don't expect me to be the killer.
You're like from
I'll be you. Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. See how I read your mind? That's how I would get you. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, like she don't know. Like she yeah.
Speaking of shows. Guess what I'm doing right now, people? And I'm not the only one because there's someone else who's doing it with me. I have started The Vampire Diaries.
Again.
And I'm up to season 5. And I have come to the realization that I never finished the series. I was going through because I was like, oh, wait, how many seasons are there? And I think there's 8 seasons. I was like, 8 seasons? And I'm going through, and I went through to season 7, and I was like, who is that? Wait, someone got married? Like, literally, my brain was just like, hang on a second. Yeah. I never finished this. So now I'm in this binge of just really, really wanting to get past the part that I finished at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, so
that might be one of the best soap operas for college and high school students.
But also like the supernatural aspect.
It's a great show.
It.
That wasn't a slight or anything. It's an awesome show.
Yeah. The supernatural aspect of it is good. It's like a very good like chick flick, but like deep and like gets your emotions going with all the characters.
It's super solid. I think when we first started watching it,
it started off very corny at the beginning. Like their acting was a little cheesy.
I was in it. I think I shed a couple of tears.
Oh yeah, it gets worse. I wish you were still watching it with me, but I can't wait for you.
I just don't have time. Would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf?
Okay, so this is the thing with werewolves. If because I feel like in different like worlds of vampirism and being a werewolf, there's different reasons of how they turn into werewolves and like what they can and can't do, but depending on what show you're in or whatever, right?
Yeah.
In Vampire Diaries specifically, the werewolves have no control of them turning, and it's every full moon they turn.
That's the general.
Oh,
werewolf.
That is?
Yeah, that's the general. Yeah.
Well, then in that case, I think I'd rather be a vampire.
Why?
Because you have more control. Of
what?
Of your body and of your being. Because when you're a werewolf, you don't have control of who you're attacking. You just become this rampant, crazy animal.
That is true. At
least in the Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries, yes. I think in Twilight, the werewolves are aware
Oh, good
because
point.
they're still
There is a little bit
subconsciously.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you are aware a little bit. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in Twilight universe.
Yeah, because they kind of like look at each other and they're like into their souls and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So you said vampire.
I still think vampire though.
I used to want to be a werewolf. Even growing up, that's
that
like one of my favorite.
Twilight.
No. Just
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. That was another great show. Watching, but urban legend, folklore type of
But vampires are included in that.
You said what?
Vampires are included in.
Yeah, of course. That's the original 1v1 was vampire. Werewolf. What side are you on? I used to wanted to be. I was Team Jacob, werewolf, Teen Wolf, all that stuff. Nowadays, I would say vampire.
Yeah.
I think if you just look at the comparisons between the two, vampire will, I think, edge. You know what I mean? Because there's only few limitations to a werewolf's limitations.
Yeah.
Like the disadvantages to a vampire is the sun.
Yeah.
Is blood.
Lust, drive, or whatever.
Yeah. Like
the
cravings for blood and lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? And then just kind of being weaker than a werewolf itself. The werewolf has a lot of strength physically.
You think they would be stronger?
Primal. Yeah. The physicality is at a higher advantage than a vampire. But at the same time, the vampire is just smarter intellectually, and they're just way beyond intelligent. So, and they're strategic.
Right.
So, I was reading that werewolves are good in confined spaces, smaller spaces. They're not good in large because, but a vampire could use that to his advantage. It's, so I think vampires, and they're just cool. The swagger. Anybody can be a vampire.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
you
like
won't
that
even
you
know.
can be hiding. Yeah. I like that you can be hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. And the supernatural abilities too, mind reading.
Not all.
Not mind reading. Manipulating, like controlling.
No. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Compelling.
Because Edward had that, didn't he?
No, I think he could read.
He could.
Shoot, I don't know now. I forget.
Because
they all do different things depending on what show it is.
Yeah, what's his name from
Stefan.
Stefan and Edward are kind of similar.
I would say Stefan and Edward. Even though Damon is a vampire, he's kind of almost like Jacob, like same sort of energies.
Yeah. So I you say vampire, I say vampire as well.
Yeah, I'm curious if anyone thinks werewolf. Just feels harder to be a werewolf, in my opinion.
God, the physical turmoil you put on your body.
Because you're breaking every bone in your body and you feel that.
When someone broke that down, they were like, do you understand the physical torment that you're putting your body through every full moon?
And now, if we bring in what they call hybrids in Vampire Diaries, I would say hybrid.
You would be a hybrid?
100%.
You're still going through that?
No. You can choose whether or not you want to turn. But...
That's
you
dope.
have the werewolf thing. So, for example, the werewolf bite in Vampire Diaries kills a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's a general thing too.
Yeah. So you still can have that, but then you're also a vampire, so you drink blood too. So you're you're a hybrid of a vampire and a werewolf, and you don't have to turn.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Being a hybrid is fire.
You have the control to turn.
That's dope. That's dope.
So if you wanted, you could just never turn into the body form of a werewolf. But you can still,
Yeah. Do you know what kills a werewolf?
Pulling their heart out. Ravine.
Silver.
Is that for everything, though? I don't think they do that in this show.
Yeah, they do. Didn't they have a silver stake or something like that?
No, that was for the originals.
Okay.
And they sealed it through magic. It's very complicated. There's
I
a
love
lot
it.
to the
I love
show.
it. I love this stuff.
He was watching it on the show and he was just getting confused why Elena was jumping between. And I was like, I have watched basically a whole season, and for me to catch you up right now with how many jumps there have been is just too much. I can't.
It's very
catch
intriguing. It's very intriguing. That is
saying
the type
it sounds
of show.
Crazy though.
Yeah. Well, that's the type of show that I would love to be a part of.
You started that way. We just never finished it.
I said that's the type of show that I would love to be a part of.
You're saying like acting.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a part of like the watching experience. I would love to see you in a show like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think vampires make it a priority to uphold their image as far as like their physiques and things like that, their body types? Because it seems like every vampire you see, whether it be television or movies, they just have like
I mean, when you think about a vampire, they're drinking blood and just running, so obviously naturally they're going to be in good shape.
Strict diet.
But at the same time, I think the like deeper question is more so that the actors that are being casted in these roles, they want, like, when you think of a vampire, you think of this like hot thing and like what society looks as a hot body.
Got it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's just more a case of like what they wanted to cast in the show, and it just happens that they're all ripped and like do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I feel you.
Because I know for you've made a comment that like being in shape for your roles, you get stressed about if you're the right shape for a role, if you're big enough for the role, you know, all of those sort of things.
Yeah. And like,
I think sometimes it like helps. I understand why people cast in that certain way, because it like helps create the character. But then you also question like, why does that role have to be like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've felt like I've gone back and forth of what I want it to look like and how much muscle I wanted to have, or how skinny, or whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just never satisfied with how I looked. You know, and I felt like I had to be a certain body type to get cast, just in general, because my peers were just heavily in the gym, and you know what I mean. And me, especially when we were vegan at the time, I lost muscle mass.
And we were twigs.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. And I was just, I was a very small, like, you know, and that played a big part on why I felt like maybe I'm not getting cast for much, because.
But it's interesting because during that time you look back and you liked the way that you looked because of how small you looked.
I don't like it now.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the time you were.
At the time, yeah, I was like.
There was a period of time that you were like trying to get back to it. I'm like, yeah, but like you don't have as much muscle mass then than now you do.
Exactly. So.
I think the sad part of it, I mean, both for male and female, is that what like society brings to like the social norms of like what the perfect body is. And I think people talk about it changing and being more open of body positivity and everything like that, but I think it's still so ingrained in us and still so like shoved in our faces of like diet culture, the like famous people looking a certain way, and like you feeling like you need to look like them, and that whole thing. I mean, I experience it all the time. You look at people wearing something and you're just like, oh my God, that outfit looks so good. Yeah. And then you try and mimic the outfit and you're like, why doesn't it look like that on me? And then you're just like, well, of course it's not going to look like that on me because they have no hips. They have no this. But you see the fashion and the style. Yeah. And it's like, it's a mental battle because you're like, you're excited to wear an outfit and you put it on. You're just like, no. I don't know if that happens as much as you, but like, for me, I have had a hard time finding like-bodied people to like take fashion inspo from. It's like it's always just like twigs. Does that make sense?
No, I've noticed because whenever you show me a picture and you're, or not even a picture,
like on Pinterest and stuff.
Yeah, or when we're watching something, you're like, if I can get my body like hers, and I know it's so bad. She's like very, very small. Like you don't. In my opinion, I don't feel like, you know what I mean, but I'm not policing your body. Whatever you feel, right, you know, is going to make you feel better, like, or feel good about yourself, you know, and that's the main important thing. What was it when you figured out, okay, I know what I want to look like. I know, when was it when you just accepted, all right, this is just my body type.
I haven't.
You haven't, got you. So
I'm still working through that.
I
think right now, I still have body goals.
Yeah.
I do feel like I have made them a lot more realistic to the fact that like I'm an adult now, not like some teenager. Because I'll find before I would find myself looking back at photos of me as a teenager when I was dancing, when that whole stereotype to be like 0% body fat was like the only way to go in the dance world. I look back at those and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could get back to that.
Yeah.
But that's very unhealthy for me at my age to get to that size. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just like even just like my hips have gotten like they're settled, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
getting ready for childbirth kind of vibes, you know? Like that's what adulting is. And just like understanding that like there is development within your bones and like how you are as a person, not necessarily like if you're healthy or not.
Yeah.
But from working out, I do feel the strongest I've ever felt. I do feel like I'm still holding more body fat percentage than I want. But I'm not necessarily like setting unreal. Maybe I am a little bit. I'm still working through it, like the realistic goals of like how I would like my like optimal look to be. But I am a little bit more realistic. I think I've just said realistic so many times, but
who cares? That's fine.
It's sometimes a little uncomfortable talking about this. I'm not gonna lie. So if I'm looking awkward, it's because I'm working through it.
Yeah, and that's good for people to know. I mean, that's why we created this space.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think that like going back to me wanting to be muscular and then wanting to lose all that and just be slim or whatever. I was just like I had to accept my body. Like I'm not going to look like everyone else. So it's just about how I want me to look, my goals, bodily goals and things like that. And I can honestly say that today is probably what I've wanted all along. I packed on some muscle. My body shape is like, that's okay, cool. Like I'm good with this. I used to get made fun of my so-called chicken legs and stuff like that, but like I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
there's some strong chicken legs. Like you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it. Like I know what my body type is, how my body looks, what I was born with, you know what I'm saying? So it's just working with that and sculpting the structure or body image that you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know, all right, vegan was great, but I know the disadvantages.
It wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Vegetarian, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that, me.
You need your protein.
I need my protein.
Yeah.
Definitely need my protein.
You thrive off protein for sure.
Thrive off that. And I've noticed like, you getting on.
Even me. Since eating meat, so I have the in-body scan where it tells you like your body fat percentage and your lean muscle mass. Or I don't know if it's lean, just your muscle mass. Since eating meat, I put on 2 pounds of muscle mass, but my weight itself has stayed the same.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
But sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, that's good. Like I've realized that I lost like 5 pounds within the last 5 weeks.
Just from eating clean.
Yeah, but I've gained muscle.
You're not fading away.
Yeah, and I'm not soft.
You're fueling your body correctly.
Yeah, like I'm like my shoulders, my chest, like I'm like seeing my back. You know what I mean? My legs. It's just
Correct me if I'm wrong, but do you feel like? I feel like women talk about the negativity of like stereotypical what a perfect body is for a woman. Do you feel like it's talked about enough for men of what like the perfect body is, or is it subliminal and people just assume that it's one way and everyone agrees that it's like that? Like I feel like people don't talk about like what the perfect body is for a guy.
No,
But I think it's important because
no, it is important.
All that you see in like commercials and like
it's not advertised that like
it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not advertised like the woman, but then when you look at every single printing, every one that's, for example, hired as a vampire, like everyone's just very well in shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a an unspoken thing.
Yeah, but is that
like,
a mental struggle for people?
No, it's not. It's not a standard for men as much as it is for women. That's just how society is. Like,
when you say standard, do you mean like not as many men like are affected by it?
It's not as policed. Like men's bodies aren't as policed as women's bodies are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't change the fact that there are probably men out there that are feeling like they don't have the like they have body image issues as well.
Oh yeah, we all have. I thought you were asking like.
No, I'm more talking about like the body, the body image issues that come from it.
I think we all suffer with that. Like it's like.
But I don't think men talk about it as much. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's what you're asking. No, I don't think men talk about it amongst each other.
No. Which is sad.
It's
because I think it's in your face enough with like not publicity, with commercials and all that sort of stuff. So it's sad that it's not like catered for as much.
Like, are you saying?
So, like for example, the models, women models, very very stick thin. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're trying to bring back positivity, bring more inclusive with different body types, everything like that, right? Yeah. But there's so much attention around it.
Mm-hmm. But not on the men's
side.
But
not on the men's side. Nah. Like they're not bringing in these models with different body types. Mm-mm. Do you know? What I'm saying?
And that's why I said it's unspoken. Like it's behind the scenes things that men are probably going through the same thing, but it's not.
But no one's talking about what it could be doing to the males.
No, you're right.
Mentality.
Yeah. We don't know because we don't see it. We don't hear it.
Yeah, no one talks about it.
But
it exists because I know for you're sorry to out you, but you're constantly talking about like your state of the body. Sometimes I feel like you're more conscious of how your body's looking than I am.
Yeah, because I do have a lot of insecurities about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be chiseled. I want to have a flat stomach. I want to have what a superhero looks like. Like I want it, what my peers look like who are, you know what I mean? But it took me some time. And like you said, I'm still working on it, but right now I feel like I'm in a spot where I'm liking the progress that I'm making. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there were a lot of times where I was just like, ugh.
Yeah. Like, draining.
You know what I mean? But, and I realized I was doing it to myself. Like I wasn't taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of alcohol, eating a lot of the wrong things, and not going to the gym. So it was really
like, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Complain about if you're not actually doing anything to help yourself.
Exactly. And I be telling you that too, right?
Yeah.
I say, hey, look, we know what we need to do.
Yeah.
Just gotta do it. But that's separate from body image,
like social norms almost.
In the things that men go through, body shaming that men go through. Men go through body shaming a lot, you know. But like you said, it's not as talked about,
Yeah, because even like obviously we're not in the dating scene, but I feel like if you're at a club, like I can't even imagine what it would be like for a guy.
Honestly, I gotta give women a lot more credit because I feel like women don't, for most of the time, don't discriminate.
You don't think?
No, I think it's us men who do more of the like selective type of, we certain body types. You gotta have, certain, you know what I mean? But I think women, look
have
like
more grace
as far
for
as,
it.
Yeah, as far as body, I think that might be a little down the list. I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for women, but
face, personality, and then body, but for guys it's like body then face.
You met me, I wasn't in the greatest shape.
You're pretty good. Well, have you seen your profile picture on my phone?
Oh, well. Yeah.
Every time that pops up and I'm with people, I'm like, oh, I probably should change this. I've got in a few people. It's nothing crazy. It's just,
They've said something? Like they're
like,
seen
oh,
it?
Perris.
Oh, wow. That is funny. You know that leads me to something real quick. You know how like speaking of pictures, you know how you got your phone out and you're telling someone that you have a picture of something. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, let me show you this picture. Mm-hmm. And you go to your photo album and then they're like over your shoulder looking.
And you have no idea what's in the photos album.
And you're like, I think that's like one of the most awkward positions because you don't want to tell yo, back up. Can I,
because also like I look, not that I have anything like bad or explicit in my camera roll, but I have some crazy photos of like Brock laying on my legs and it's just like the most awkward angle and like I'm just doing it for my sake. I'm not to post or send anywhere.
I mean, you send them to me.
Well, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's almost like a little diary.
Yeah.
I'm not going to I ain't just going to keep swiping on that.
Yeah. And it's kind of proper etiquette to like
back up while someone's looking for a photo.
If someone says, hey, they're going to like when someone says, hey, I got a picture of it. I'll show you. I take a little step, little recess.
Yep.
And then when they have the picture, then reconvene. You know what I mean?
That's so funny you say that. I totally agree. Invading the privacy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm at a position now where I'm like, I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Because you have us on a 8-week challenge.
It's not 8 weeks. It's just till Thanksgiving.
But it's like 8 weeks though.
Well, I have other pages for us to.
Oh, you got other pages?
Yeah.
Only 2 pages fit on.
It only fit on the board.
Oh wow! I thought 8 weeks was like the benchmark.
Actually, wait. How many weeks? Actually, it probably is 8 weeks. Because how many weeks to Thanksgiving?
Okay,
so it's probably like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just till Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, we could do it till Christmas and just.
Like I said, we at this point we've kind of made it a habit.
I was about to say the cravings for sugar and needing sweet tooth, ice cream, cookies, that sort of thing comes far less.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it's exciting because when I want it, I can be settled with just like one thing for the week and I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need cookies.
Yeah, every day.
There was a point I needed something sweet every day.
Let me tell you something.
Like
she went, and not to transition this health conversation into like,
yes.
But there was a point where like your guilty pleasure was
a packet of
cookies
and like a 24 pack of cookies, and I would demolish the whole thing.
She would demolish.
Actually, no, it wasn't 24. It was probably 12. I would say 12.
No, it was 24, but you would eat about like
no. There was the half packet ones, not the big guys. There was like the skinnier packets. Those were probably 12.
Oh, okay.
But either way, I would eat 12 in one sitting. Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, you was dogging.
It was so bad. But I just couldn't get out of the habit, and I was just craving it. And now that we've created this healthy habit, it's just like a routine. It's kind of like my workout routine. It's just become just a constant habit.
Tell them what our routine is.
Yeah. Okay. So, my legs are crossed. Oops. So our routine, it's not when we didn't want to do anything that was too restrictive because I do feel like that in itself can create unhealthy habits and mental tendencies. So we've told ourselves that we're going to do a minimum of 3 days of workout a week. One of our big bottle of water is a day, which I think mine's a 32. Yours is probably also 32 ounce.
42.
Oh, yours is 42. Okay, so a good amount of water. We're drinking athletic.
40 ounces actually.
Oh, 40. Okay. We're drinking athletic greens and creatine every day.
Yeah.
We're trying to go to bed at 10:30 when Perris can, because his work sometimes goes past 10:30. And then we are taking progress photos.
Photos.
Oh, and then food-wise, we're trying to keep it very whole food. So nothing processed, nothing pre-made, and no added sugars. And I think the added sugar part is the most intense part because you're more mindful of what you're picking up. For example, your peanut butter. Mm-hmm. There is 2 peanut butters at Trader Joe's that we can get. One that is just peanuts and salt, and one that's peanut, salt, and cane sugar. And I'm like, why are we putting the cane sugar in it? And this whole time, I've been getting the one with cane sugar just because I haven't been looking at the label. And now I've made the switch.
Yeah,
and things like sauces too, barbecue sauce.
Oh my gosh,
like why do we have to put so much sugar in it?
And there's an option where there's no sugar
because it doesn't need sugar.
Right.
America just decides to put sugar in everything. So just being more mindful of that. And yeah, I think it's just created a good habit for us. It's consistent. We have our treats here and there, but we don't necessarily
like we went out we went out with friends to a pub, and Me and you had a pizza to ourselves. I had a
drink.
couple of beers.
Yeah.
And I felt good. I wasn't like, why did it do? Because it was just a treat for ourselves, and our bodies processed it a lot faster and easier. It was like, oh, okay.
Yes, this is a one-off thing.
Yeah, so
no, it's been nice, and I think even after this whole thing goes, I think we're just going to naturally be more mindful about it, which I like. Yeah, because we don't need to be eating that much sugar. It's so bad for us.
Yeah, and I feel good. I feel good, especially the athletic greens. I feel in the creatine. I'm feeling real good. That's what's really helped me pack on some muscle.
It's good for muscle recovery
and development. And I'm like, I'm trying to find more ways to get gains, bro.
Oh my god,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Eat more protein.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Those protein shakes. Drink the protein shakes.
Yeah, but I love the physical.
You like the meat?
I love the I love you. Funny. Yeah. I just love
Oh my gosh! Speaking of meat, I tried my first steak.
Yes. Okay. And this goes to communication.
Yes. Wait. Let me tell you my side, and then I'm not gonna like throw you under the bus or anything.
No, you can't throw it.
So Perris said, "I want to cook you a steak," and I said, "Okay, I can do that. I'm not gonna have a whole steak, but I'll have a couple bites because I haven't had steak yet because I'm just like with it." But I told him, I said, "I do not want to see any ounce of red blood."
And what did you say? I want it as rare as as well done as possible.
So he took that and ran with it, and went probably a little overboard with it.
I didn't run. I was walking.
No, I know, but the dog. That thing was dang on white.
Yeah, you said as well done.
I know, but
so I made sure there was no blood. It was edible because I ate it. I made sure there was no. What'd you say? Drop of blood or redness.
I know.
For my wife.
I led you astray, but I didn't think you would have gone that extreme. Like
there's not. It's not about that. You cook a steak, you have 3 tiers.
I just didn't think it could go to that tier. I've never seen it that color before.
Right. Well.
Like that was crazy. Yeah, I was like, "What is this?"
Now you know.
Now I know that. You know. When I say, yeah, I
no, because if you say, hey, don't cook it well done. There's going to be some pink, and you're...
See, this is the thing. When it comes to a steak, I feel like that's the best way to eat it. So I think I need to go to a restaurant and them to cook it. And I will just say, can I get it well done? Can I have my steak well done?
It's going to come out exactly the way I'd made it.
No, babe. I was like chewing a cracker with that.
Do you know...
You didn't have my end pieces. It was like a cracker. It was so crunchy.
Georgia, do you know what well done is when you cook a steak?
Yeah, but you still see like the reddish meat.
No, you don't. And well done, no, you don't.
I don't know, babe.
You wanted it medium well.
I don't know.
That's what you should have got, medium well.
All right. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree here. Because if I said I want a well done steak at a restaurant, I would still see a little bit of juice.
No, you won't.
Really?
And to conclude this episode, to wrap this episode up, happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh my God. He's like, shut up.
When you want a well done steak, just expect to get a fully cooked steak. No blood, no redness, no rareness, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was just a lot. Anyway, we'll try it again. We won't cook it as much because
you won't eat it. So it's damned if I do, damned if I don't.
No, it's not. The texture was just all off.
Okay.
The flavor was great. The texture was whack.
Yeah. All right. Tell the people what the question on the go for this episode is.
Question on the go for this episode is, what is your comfort meal?
Not a well done steak. Not a well done steak, right?
Comment down below. Watch out for our socials where we post it as well.
Yeah.
Love to hear answers and talk about it next episode.
Yes. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Stay safe. Stay aware.
Happy trick or treat.
Happy trick or treat.
Bye. Do people say that?
Happy trick or treat?
Yeah.
Nah.
Have fun trick-or-treating. Bye.
Eat lots of candy. Bye.
See you later.
Yeah. Oh, you know what the fun part? Quick nostalgic thing about Halloween, just to bring it full circle. The fun part, the only time I went trick-or-treating was back in 98. Mm-hmm. I was Batman, like I said before. You bring your buckets home of candy.
Yep.
and you all dump them on the ground.
I've seen this in the movies.
You see it, and then you pick out
what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was fun, man.
See, that was the movies to me. That wasn't reality.
Yeah, it was reality. It was definitely reality. And we lived in the suburbs in Kennett Square. Like, it was, oh man, I remember like it was yesterday.
All right, y'all.
All right, kids. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.